Right guys, welcome back to another video, and today let's talk about some basketball. So basically today what I wanted to talk about was a topic which is, well, it's in the news quite a lot recently. It's the EUROBASKET. So today what I thought we could do is a little review on the EUROBASKET, and then tomorrow we can do a little preview on the semi-finals I think it is. So basically I'm just going to start off with the Turkey versus France game and just get straight into it, and let's talk about this particular round of 16. So as I just mentioned, the first game was in fact Turkey versus France. Now this one went to overtime and it was a lot closer than a lot of people expected. However, I was out at the time of this one happening, so I'm not going to lie, I didn't really watch it. But from the highlights I did see, it kind of felt like Turkey had a chance, but didn't take the advantage which they had. Let me say that. In my opinion, the fact that they took it to overtime anyway is insane. France should have never let it get to that point. This is what I said about France. I said it in my preview. They're a good team, but not one of the best teams. They've got 2 or 3 good players. A lot of the rest are not at the caliber which you'd need to win. For example, my rule of thumb is most of the challengers need to have at least 3 NBA level players, like good NBA level players. And in my opinion, they just don't have the standard that a lot of other teams have. They got through it somehow and made it work. However, I'm not that confident that they are going to keep it able to get through the next couple of rounds. So the next game I'm going to talk about is going to be the Slovenian game, which I'm going to be honest, I don't know if I'm talking about in a different order, to be honest, than what the games actually happened in, but I'm pretty sure it was the Slovenian game, which was against Belgium. In my opinion, this one was quite comfortable for Slovenia. It was a game which they obviously should have won, having Luka, Toby, Dragic. They have a lot of good players, and in my opinion, they should have easily won this game, which they did. It was kind of comfortable for them. They do what they need to do and get past this game quite convincingly. The next game we're going to talk about is Germany versus Montenegro. In my opinion, Germany had this controlled from the minute it started. It was especially easy for Dennis Schroeder to make their team look like a mockery, in my opinion. It was a shame because I sat down to watch this one, and to be fair, in the end it was only decided by 6 points, 85-79. So it was a lot closer in the end, but you could tell Germany were just on a whole different level. Dennis Schroeder ran that first half incredibly well. He was so good. I don't imagine that was ever going to really be a challenge for them. It wasn't a very challenging one like the next game where I watched that so much. It was really good, which we're going to talk about in a minute. But I predicted this one right. It wasn't really a challenge for Germany, and you could tell the difference in class. And that is one of the opinions which I do have about this tournament, is the golfing class between the favourites, i.e. your Greece's, Slovenia, Germany. They're the top 3 teams, and they're just running through everyone pretty much. There's some competitive games, but in the whole, you can see a difference in class between these teams. And I think that is because some of the teams, like Great Britain, for example, just weren't developed enough to even... They shouldn't have even been in the competition, let's be honest there. And I think they've added some teams where it's should they have even been competing? I respect it, but Germany easily pushed through this, and it wasn't a very hard game for them. Moving on to my game of the day, in my opinion, the overtime thriller of Spain versus Lithuania. Now, this is the first one I got wrong. Let me bear that in mind, that I said Lithuania would win. And it was looking like they were. It was a lot of game changing. The Spain were really good. It was basically 2 really good teams battling it out. And it came down to a lot of fouls dribble. It came down to clutch situations. Lithuania were horrible in that 4th quarter. Really bad. Even though they got the draw kind of thing, they got the draw that they needed because I don't know. I don't know if it was lucky or what. They kind of got a tip that went in right at the end to kind of get overtime, which they were horrible in that 4th quarter. I don't care how clutch that shot was. It was not indicative of their whole performance in that 4th quarter. Their 4th quarter performance was dreadful. The same thing as it was in overtime. it was close for a while, but Spain just so composed and so ready to win. Like, they knew what they needed to do to win. Lithuania didn't look like they knew what they were doing in clutch situations. They kind of looked like they were throwing it around and just seeing what shot they could get. Spain looked very composed and very good as a team, and I underestimated them. I thought Lithuania would have a better time of it, but the clutch situations killed Lithuania. Other than that, a great game. Lithuania played extremely well, and they should be extremely proud of themselves. Played extremely well, and a great team. Like, honestly, a great team performance, and some amazing players, like the guy from Barcelona, which I can't pronounce his name. Obviously, had some NBA players in there. An amazing team. Then we had the games on the second day of the round of 16, the first game being Ukraine versus Poland. I said Ukraine would win this. Poland, fair play, won this quite convincingly. I think they won it by 8 points. Yeah, 8 points there. A very good performance from Poland, and as I've said, I haven't really watched Poland that much, but they were very impressive in what I've seen. Ukraine weren't as good as I thought they were. Maybe it's because their group was a bit bad, playing teams like the UK and stuff like that really gave me a false sense of what Ukraine really were. But to be fair to Ukraine, you did well to get to this position, and you should be proud of what you've done. But I did get that one wrong as well. I said Ukraine would win it. They didn't, so it wasn't a great prediction by me. Moving on to Finland versus Croatia. I'm not gonna lie, Lauri Markkanen, he played really well. He did really well, and I'm going to be honest, he's a really good player. And obviously everyone knows he's a really good player, but he did that. He really did that by himself, pretty much. Like, Finland, really? I did not think you guys would pull that out against a Croatia team that I saw looked very good. Fair play, Finland. These are a team, and like, I think he said after the game, we're not done yet. I love that. That is great, and I'm really looking forward to seeing Finland. We're going to talk about it in the preview, but this is another one I got wrong. I thought Croatia would just be able to get through this quite easily. I didn't think Finland had a chance. I was wrong. I do apologise, Finland. I should have watched them more throughout the tournament, to be fair. Serbia versus Italy. Now, this is the shock result where basically Jokic's team did absolutely nothing to help him. Absolutely dreadful team performance by Serbia. Jokic, still an amazing performance. Horrible team performance. Italy, a great team performance with loads of contributions, loads of really good play. Jokic, I feel sorry for you because your team around you just let you down completely, and I feel bad, but they truly just did let you down, and there's not much really more you could have done, to be fair, other than it was just the team at that point. And you've got Greece versus Czech Republic, and to be fair, this was looking like it could have been an upset for a long period of time. Giannis came through in a clutch situation that fourth quarter. Greece really turned it around and owned that, like Giannis always does. Giannis always comes up in that fourth quarter, plays extremely well, and knows exactly what he needs to do. This, like, the fourth quarter showing from Giannis, one of the most clutch players in basketball, in my opinion. Every fourth quarter, he doesn't bottle it. He really does lock in on those fourth quarters and really does perform well. So I'm very impressed with how Giannis plays, especially fourth quarter wise. He basically won that for him. And now in the quarterfinals, it's the quarterfinals next. I don't know. I got confused. It's quarterfinals next. In the quarterfinals, you've got Germany versus Greece, which is going to be very interesting. I'll talk about it next, but I'm just going to go through the rest of them. Spain versus Finland, Slovenia versus Poland, and France versus Italy. So they're the ones we're going to be going through in the preview tomorrow. So if you want to see that, subscribe to the channel and like this video so I know that everyone likes it. Thank you guys for watching, and tune in next time for some more videos. Thank you.